What's
Best
up?
theme song ever.
Nice. 10 seconds of joy, everybody, to kick off your morning, afternoon, or wherever you are. What's up, Souza? How are you?
Ah, it's been a crazy week, it feels like. Are you feeling, greatest show on earth, crypto, greatest show on earth, as you said. But yeah, I'm happy to be here every week. Happy to see everyone.
Still
The
waking
Linea
up every
family's nice.
morning, debating how often to look at coin market cap these days. It's been a bit of a rough patch, but
Yes.
everyone is still here. And how are you feeling before we dive in? Like, how are you feeling about everything? Is this just another week in crypto and you like kind of soldier through it, or where are you at?
I mean, I think, yeah, I think I was feeling very negative for a while, as all of us have. I'm a very diamond hands kind of lady. I hold for dear life, for better or worse. So I've just lost a ton of money like everyone else has, to be honest. So I was feeling negative, but I did a reset. I'm like, this is the game, Susie. This is what you fucking live for. So like stop being down and let's just like do a reset and then just do the best we can. So that's where we are. That's where I am. How are you feeling?
Okay. Like you kind of try to ignore it as much as you can. One thing you pointed out earlier this week, something that the boss, Joe Lubin, had tweeted out basically about how he's about as bullish as he ever has been, and that kind of got me inspired earlier this week to write a little something myself. Quote retweeting him and just kind of going through some of my feelings. You can pull it up, Joe, if you want. Um, and basically, I mean, I know everyone is totally freaking out about the charts and coin market cap, like I was talking about. But I really always feel like we're always focusing too much on the wrong signals because we're focused so much on the here and now, and the dopamine hit from refreshing coin market cap, and like, oh, I just made money. I didn't do anything, and all I had to do was press refresh on the browser. Um, but like, that's obviously not really the way to look at it. Your perspective is much better, being a little bit more diamond hands. And while I was like kind of trying to find something to pick me up a little bit, you sent me that thing from Joe, and that made me like dive a little deeper. And all the algorithms, maybe it's just me, but does everyone get I get served up Anthony Pompliano stuff like constantly, and I don't always look at it. I have like kind of mixed feelings about him, but this thing I thought was really interesting and sent me down a rabbit hole, where this video, you can check it out yourself. But he basically is suggesting that maybe Trump and the administration here in the U.S. might be trying to intentionally crash the markets to basically bring interest rates down. Is the TLDR on that? And like, I don't really know about what I think about whether or not it's really intentional. But like, regardless, like what he was saying about like interest rates seems correct to me. Like they have been going down, and like it seems like they've needed to go down more. And kind of without getting into all the more boring finance stuff, like lower interest rates is where we were like for the 2010s. And that was a good time in a lot of ways for builders, for crypto. Um, a lot of VC money, basically a lot of money flowing around for investment. And
Hmm.
then it got me thinking about, like, at the same time, I'm looking at like Alexis Ohanian's post. He's like really bullish. He's part of this like bid for
Love that guy.
yeah, he's part of this
Yeah, he's
whole
cool.
the people's bid for TikTok. He joined in on that along with Frank McCourt, and kind of some other friends of Ethereum, friends of crypto, friends of consensus. And I think we're all pretty hyped about like this possibility of like buying the US operations of TikTok and putting it on chain, like having like a massive social network on chain. And so it just like kind of goes to show
Hmm.
you that, like, while we're all focused on the market action, there's like big moves going on like under the scene, and then we could be getting set up for like not really a bear market, but like a real builders market. So that's like kind of the silver lining that I was trying to pull forth, and then I did at the end of this quote here, quote Papa Joe, saying that he's about as bullish as he's ever been,
Hmm.
about 2025. So Yeah, that's where we're at. So like, I'm just kind of
That's
hoping.
good.
Yeah,
We
there's some.
have actually we have actually Linex on, who is also bullish about what's happening, and we're going to bring them on right now to add to this
Nice.
conversation.
Let's do it.
What is up,
Hmm.
Hey, hey,
Ape?
what's up? How are you? Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
So
being here.
am I delusional to be optimistic? How are you guys feeling?
No, how can you be delusional? I mean, I'm a perma ape, so I'm always bullish. This way, I make as much money as I lose by never selling and always diamond handling. So yeah, I might be a little bit biased, but for me, like I mean, like everything is like as bullish as it gets. I mean, like 5, 10 years ago, no one will be even thinking about the US instantiating a Bitcoin reserve with, well, also altcoin reserve. We have the government, the US president basically shilling Bitcoin and our bags, like not just shilling Bitcoin, they are shilling many altcoins. So I mean, I think it's everything super bullish, like nothing that honestly I didn't expect this. I mean, as someone that believes in crypto and believes in Bitcoin, I expected this to happen at some point. I didn't expect this to be on 2025. So it's even exceeding my expectations. But of course, like the market only looks at the price, they only look at like at how the news react, short-term price movements, and this gives like people a lot of reason to concerns. I also think that we had like this crypto summit thing, which in my opinion was massive, but the video that was released, it was basically people saying how cool Trump was, and that was underwhelming for the market, but that was also like a very irrational reaction, in my opinion. Like at the end of the day, like the video that was released is just like a small piece of what actually happened there. I think that putting all those people together on a room to discuss the future of crypto, the future of regulations, and how to scale the industry in the US is widely bullish. I mean, it's like, I mean, for me, it has been like the missing piece of crypto for a long, long time. Basically, the United States getting their stuff together, making sure that regulators are working with entrepreneurs, that there is a path to make things work. And I think people are like heavily underestimating the power of this, the fact that all of these people are seeking alignment on how to grow the industry in the United States. I also think that this lack of clarity was definitely hindering institutional adoption, and not only that, like local entrepreneurship in the US, which is like a super strong market for builders. So I'm mega bullish. But of course, like if you like start thinking out rationally, like okay, like so how much higher can you go than the president of the United States shilling Bitcoin? Like, of course, we hit like some shape or form of top because like everyone was waiting for United States to do all of this, the Bitcoin reserve, Trump assuming the presidency. So this like was the narrative. Eventually, the narrative culminated and price went down. Uh, in my opinion, it's expected. Like, yeah, narrative culminated, price went down, but this is like just the beginning of something much bigger. Something that I also find very funny is that not even 2 months ago, the president of the European Central Bank was like talking about Bitcoin, like if Bitcoin was a scam. Like it was so funny. It's like, hey, you're the president of the European Central Bank and you're talking about Bitcoin, like it's not liquid, it used to fund illicit activities, and like a lot of bullshit about Bitcoin. And after everything that happened in the US, the Bitcoin reserve, like in my opinion, any serious economist that goes publicly saying that Bitcoin is a scam, like it's ridiculing himself. Like I think like you can't be credible and go out there calling Bitcoin a scam. I think it's too late for that. I think that everything that is happening with the US only reinforces this idea. So I think it's gonna open a lot of minds, a lot of different train of thoughts of people that were like kind of like I don't know, rejected Bitcoin. Like now, just rejecting Bitcoin, in my opinion, looks silly.
Hmm.
And is a massive change that is really gonna change like the perspective of many countries, many institutions. So I'm mega bullish. I'm mega bullish. Of course, like we're all in pain because we are Ethereum maxis. Like what the fuck? Ethereum is at the same price as when Ethereum collapsed. Yes, we're all in pain. I feel
We're all
you.
in pain.
Ethereum. But well, I mean, I'm hoping that like eventually it's gonna catch up. I'm bullish, definitely bullish, always building. I mean, I sometimes look at prices, but I generally focus on building. So I do have to say I'm psychologically unaffected about in prices in many cases. So maybe that's also why it's easy for me to be optimistic, even though if is what it is. But yeah, I guess that's my perspective. I'm super optimistic.
I mean,
Theo
I guess
he's bullish.
yeah.
I'm apish.
And, you know, and like it kind of feels like this week has felt like a big overreaction from folks in crypto because it seems like the apocalypse for crypto. But I'm like looking around, it's like, dude, everything is down. Like this is really like this feels like a huge macro thing, and like just chill, and we'll see where we're all going. Like actually, everybody is feeling.
It's very
the pain.
macro related, and I
Yeah.
agree with what you said earlier about the interest rates. I think it boils down to that, and I don't disagree that the market needs to see some pain to force the rates to change. So it's all part of the process, and I think that if we get the rates cut like mid of this year, like it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be nice.
Well, and there's also reason to be bullish on Linux too, because you guys have your V2 is out and rocking, right?
It is definitely. Yeah, we released it not long ago. Maybe I'll pop up the screen right here and share you guys our sexy new lander of our V2. But no, definitely, we're super proud. Huge shout out to the dev team and to the design team for getting this out of the door. So yeah, we shipped our V2. It's way faster. A lot of optimization everywhere around, and it looks and feels just way and way better. So yeah, we're super proud of this. Of course, the 3D background here is really nice, and just getting you through the page. We have a new swap page, for example, where you see the graph of the tokens that you're swapping, and overall it just is feeling a lot better. If you go to the pools page, everything is much more clear. The APRs are nice and bold and showing. So yeah, overall the feel and look is just much more improved, but in the background there's a lot of optimizations that happened. Better trading for Linea users, and we'll keep cooking and we'll keep improving this even further. So a lot of new functionalities coming as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Love
Over
it.
the past few months, we gathered a lot of user feedback, and we make sure to deliver the user experience that they were seeking. A lot of people like were having trouble here and there. Some things were like different to understand, so we spent some time listening to our users and enhancing our D app.
Love
Perfect. Love it. Well, thanks guys for coming on and telling us about how bullish you are, apish you are. Let's stay optimistic. Prayers for Ethereum.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
yes.
Prayers for
Ethereum is
ETH.
gonna like catch up. Like one day, no one is gonna expect it, and it's gonna like catch up everything that it didn't do in a span of 2 weeks.
Love this. So positive.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for being on.
Thanks for
We
having.
love Linux.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, love you guys. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Wow. All optimistic. All right. Let's move on to the next big news, which is I don't know if you guys have seen this thing about Circle, but it's kind of a big deal because we are going to be upgraded. Linea is going to be upgraded to native USDC by Circle, and we're going to be gaining access for their CCTP v2 following this mainnet launch. So just FYI for everyone in the community, starting this Sunday on March 16th, 8 p.m. UTC, the canonical bridge, the USDC portion is going to be closed for 10 days. So the bridge between Ethereum and Linea, USDC only, is going to be shut down. This will be affected normally at the protocol level rather than the user level. No change to the contract address, but just something to be aware of. So we've asked all of our partners to put banners on their sites to let you guys know. We'll also have information on our site as well, but just be aware of that. Super amazing upgrade. First bridge to native upgrade.
Yeah, well, you'll have
It's a
to
big
do
deal.
nothing. Yeah, you have to do absolutely nothing. Your bridge USDC, that like USDC.E, will just kind of magically transform into to native USDC. And so just to clarify, that what that means is bridging of like your USDC from like L1 onto Linea. Like that just won't work for a few days. The rest of the bridge is fine, but it's just that one
Yes.
little function. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
All right, what else do we have in the news, Eric?
So we've got live art. It's got we've talked about this before on the show, but that Kusama, it's the pumpkin piece. You can own a shard of that. This is one of these cool real world assets that we talk about a lot. It's not showing for me. Maybe we're trying to pull it up. I know I saw Joe working on this earlier, but yeah, it's a really cool piece of. Nope, we almost got it. Check it out at
Live
Live
art.
Art. If you
Yeah.
can't pull it up here, you can go to Live Art and check it out and own a piece of real art. It's really cool.
Yeah. I love that what Live Art's doing with RWAs and bringing like the fine art industry online. I think it's pretty amazing. All right. We had a big announcement that went live like an hour ago, which is that 1inch is now fully integrated on Linea. Fusion swaps, baby. This is a really big deal, actually. I saw some, there's always fun. We gotta respond to the fun. People are like, oh, this isn't a big announcement. It is a big announcement. And we're gonna tell you why. And Sasha Dow is here from 1inch to talk about what's up, Dow Sasha.
Welcome.
Hi guys, hello.
Hi.
Good morning, GM. Good night, everyone.
GM.
Happy to be here. Happy to basically present this amazing big step for us and what I want to say, it's been a long way, and Linea for us was a really fruitful target, and we're happy that we finally made it. And hopefully now all Linea users get an access to the best swap rates with the lowest slippage. Also deeper liquidity through our 1inch aggregation, and now basically opportunity for Linea to basically boost for the project's visibility, liquidity, and user acquisition through our 1inch integration. And the way how it works is that we have there was a basically evolution of the way how people are exchanging their money. And there was just classic P2P exchanges. Then it was just DEXs, and then the aggregation part came to the market. And still on the aggregation part, there was protocols, Pathfinder algorithms, which is still hidden. And now there is basically improvement or intent-based improvement. I don't know if I'm.
This was fusion swaps, right?
Yeah, this is how
okay.
it
Wait,
works.
let's take a step back for a second.
Yeah.
Dow Sasha came out swinging. All right, so we're talking about fusion swaps. So you just were telling us about like the history of DeFi. So you were saying there's P2P, right? And then we have DEXs.
And now 1inch DEX aggregation. Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's fusion. Okay, so just let's focus on fusion. What is fusion? Why is it bigger, better, harder, faster, stronger? What does it do?
Yeah, like recently we've seen a lot of announcements where like users who are trading on the DAX, they are basically losing an insane amount of money by basically through the slippage and basically sandwich attacks. And we are basically knowing this big problem, improved the swap user experience, and we implemented the MEV protection. Plus, the way how the swaps works is intense, meaning that we also basically aggregating So the way how it works, you are a user, and basically you as a user putting the order on the 1 inch, or for example in any project that use Linea swaps. And then basically there is a third party which is called solvers or resolvers in our case, which execute in this transaction. And why is it cool? Because now this third party is bringing the liquidity not from just DEXs, but also from centralized liquidity sources, meaning that the rates are now even more better. But with this MEV protection and the gasless basically experience, we are still providing the best swaps. These three basically main things why Fusion is cool: gasless, centralized and decentralized liquidity, and MEV protection. And if you're using Fusion Plus, it's also bringing you the liquidity all over EVM, or this basically omni-chain liquidity through the EVM chains.
Okay, so Fusion Plus sounds the coolest, because Fusion Plus, like you're saying, is I talked to you about, so you're saying that it's liquidity,
for example,
from
if you wanna basically swap to Linea, you can basically use Fusion Plus and swap and choose any EVMs and basically make the change, make the swap to Linea coins based on
okay, so
Linea.
it's omni-chain swapping, EVM, I should say EVM chain swapping,
But sooner,
gasless,
we will
gasless, and
surprise
then
you.
and then you're getting liquidity both from sexes and dexes.
Yeah, and soon we will surprise you with not only EVM, because the solution that guys developed is basically based on atomic swaps, meaning that we're also do not using any bridges. So it's very secure. So we're not relying on any third parties, and this is basically chain agnostic. So right now we only integrated EVM because we historically DeFi happened in EVM chains, and Ethereum was the main reason why basically DeFi happened. But now we see a lot of traction in the Solana and the other L1s. So we're also considering bringing the L1 experience to the our protocol, and just to keep your eyes. So maybe Linea users will also be able to have some liquidity from other non-EVM even chains.
So what is like the basic way to engage with? I've been using 1 inch like forever, like several cycles now. So like, is it just as simple as, as I've always done, just go into the DApp?
Yes,
and
absolutely. Okay. So you can just, but you still, the coolest thing is that if you want to use the OG classic swaps, you can still do it. Like you can in the basically in the interface, you can just choose what do you want. You want to do the classic ones, but be sure that there is the possibility of sandwich attacks. You want to use the fusion, which is just between one chain. So you want to if you want to do only Ethereum, you can just use Fusion. Or if you want to do the omni-chain swap, you just put Fusion Plus. This is the way how it works. Very easy, very very safe, very secure, and try it on MetaMask as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, try it on MetaMask. So this means like if you're a user, you basically are seeing deeper liquidity is better for the whole network, right? Optimized routing, and then you also get better prices from that and lower costs.
Better, faster, the better
cheaper
prices. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, and I think this is available on a bunch of dApps already on Linea. I mean, Linux was just on, Nile, Pancake, Sushi. There's a whole list. I think we have a blog. 1 inch has a blog out, so we can check there. Yeah, so it's only good news for users. 1 inch is obviously a huge protocol. We want them on Linea. We're so happy to have you.
Happy to be here, and let's bring more users and people to the market.
I actually met Sergey.
Oh,
your founder.
Nice.
I had a lunch with him. I don't know why I was invited to this lunch, but I somehow got invited to this lunch. Nice. And we were walking up to the table, and there was a bunch of people, and I was like, I bet that guy is from 1 inch. And sure enough, of everyone in the restaurant, I was like, that's the crypto guy. He's got the crypto vibe. Yeah, it was really fun.
Our founders is amazing though. Sergey knows how to basically generate this business flows to our protocol, and Anton, our second co-founder, he's a very deep tech person who knows
Yeah.
how to improve the tech and provide the best experience to our users. So it's a perfect combination between this business person and super deep tech and best rates that we have is just because of both of them, and the beautiful partners.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about something different. Swaps. We're so excited about Fusion Swaps. You've been in crypto for a while. Yes.
I've been.
Yeah, I mean your name's Dao Sasha.
Yeah.
So come to us.
Single one.
That's OG. That is OG. Yeah.
Tell us about what some DeFi trends that you're seeing in the market. We had this like everyone just got Linux was just here and they're like, oh, we're so excited. What are some like trends for better or for worse that you're seeing and that you're excited about?
I believe you already touched a bit of like the trend with the meme coins and basically those. Also, another big trend right now in the market is everyone is building AI agents. It's a super cool, super fancy. You can use these agents everywhere. One of the coolest things is basically really the AI agent can also help us to bring some more users. So basically, people even if you are not. If you do not understand, you can just implement the agent who can guide you on how to start basically using crypto. It's a very fancy one, and this is what I really think could help. Another thing is basically everything that's happening around Bitcoin. Now it's even Bitcoin EVMs. I don't know what will be the future for the ERC20s for the Bitcoin. I mean, it's even not ERC, it's BRC20s for the Bitcoin. But I think it will basically reshape a bit the way how not maybe reshape, but it brings some additional value to the DeFi itself. So I'm meeting some projects who are building very complex things, which is kind of and implementing smart contract mechanics into the Bitcoin ecosystem. So I'm really looking forward to what will be happening in this area as well with Bitcoin and DeFi. So my favorite one, it's also like things that are like I think also gaming is evolving. And another last thing that I also want to mention is through these meme coin launches and also amplification of messengers, we're on the way to mass adoption. And the last thing is basically TradFi right now is looking to the DeFi. They start looking on the DeFi, and I want to see how this DeFi, OG DeFi people with the Crocs will work together with the suit guys and suits guys. So it's interesting how right now, for example, I was in consensus in conference in Hong Kong, and I saw this interesting combination on the lunch when the guys on t-shirts and basically Crocs are sitting together with this guys with the tie and with the jackets and talking about basically how to work together without any restrictions. This is really cool.
You said something in there about, I think when you were talking about memes, you said something about you're excited about the amplification of messengers. What do you mean by that exactly?
Meaning that, there is a Telegram app, basically, and the Telegram has right now 950 or even more millions of users. And Telegram now having those mini apps who using Ton blockchain. And now Ton is the exclusive blockchain for the Telegram users, meaning that if Ton Foundation will guide their users properly, we will have at least half of these users, so hopefully all these 950 million users who are entering to the blockchain, and then basically everyone in the market will be able just to get those users and use them in their apps. It doesn't matter why they Ton or anything. It's the cool thing is that they are entering another, basically Kakao Talk and Linea teaming up together and launching Kaya blockchain, which is also exclusive blockchain for the Linea and Kakao Talk. And Linea have now also these mini apps, and they have, from what I remember, it's 250 million users or something. So meaning that, again, it's 950 million users in Telegram plus 250 million users in the net. It's almost that billion that we are all trying to onboard to the industry.
And
So,
that's that doesn't even count the the potential
right.
onboarding of the TikTok folks. If that were to
Yeah.
actually happen, that would then be
Yes.
that might be the next billion after that. So that could be
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, this is those. Once they will like try and test this, tab games, mini apps, this AI agents with with this wallet inside, then they will already what next? And then TikTok, maybe I can buy something in TikTok, or like I don't know, like with the crypto star, some favorite influencer, and then that's happening. And I'm looking forward in the next 5 years because it's really reshaping the industry right now. It doesn't matter how if it's like high market or not. The only thing is like if you're building the really cool tech with the cool user experience that you know how to use. Nobody cares about the price except traders and degens. All the rest are just I want to try. Why not? That's the way how it works.
Well, we had in our notes here for this show that we wanted to end this interview on words of inspiration, but you've given us plenty. We haven't really had to ask for it.
I hope. The words of inspiration is that I want to share the story which our co-founders usually sharing. That basically they are our project is hackathon project. So we basically launched in 2019 in the New York hackathon, but previously during the whole year. Our co-founders were attending different hackathons and tried their ideas. So they have lots of ideas in their minds, and they just participated in the hackathons because they want to build, they want to change, they want to bring the value into industry. And then at some point, there wasn't like one of the issues that they have that they don't want to check the DEXs themselves. They just want someone to check. They were lazy guys. They want to also always improve their lives and quality of their life. So they basically developed this for themselves because they want to just someone to check the DEX prices. And that's how it happens. What I want to say to all the builders, it doesn't matter which market is, like whether it's bear or bull market. If you have an idea, if you want to build, if you want to contribute, if you want to reshape the world, just go and try. And there are upcoming hackathons all over the globe where Linea 1inch is participating and supporting the builders who wants to change. And I want you just to come build on top of Linea with 1inch and just show the world that your ideas and keep growing together. That's what I want to say.
Wow, that's amazing. It's so funny. This has been like one of the more bullish episodes we've had during like a pretty down week. And thanks for keeping us up. Thank you for keeping us up.
Thanks a lot for this. It's been an amazing time, guys. Thank you.
All right, welcome to Linea 1inch. Love it. See you around.
Thank you. It's our honor to be here. Thanks.
Man, she's great. That was awesome.
She's got so much energy.
I could see you two
excited.
being good friends, right? That's great.
Wow. All right. So we talked about 1inch. Here we go. I need like a breath.
Yeah, that was awesome. One more conversation we want to have is with our friends from T3, right? We bringing them on next?
Yeah.
Let's do it. There's Sean.
Up?
Hey, what's
up,
sir?
Sean?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Did you make it back south safely? I assume you did. Or are you somewhere else?
Still in Denver.
Oh, you're still in Denver.
Trapped.
Okay.
Oh, why?
Exactly.
Sore subject.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
I've been sick from basically the end of Denver, but no, I'm doing a lot better now. Obviously, I can speak on the space, but yeah, I never thought I'd see someone out energize Souza. That was awesome. From 1inch.
Well, hey,
I want to hang out there.
So we wanted to have you on for an update, and we've had you on before, but for the folks that might not know, like give us the kind of quick rundown. Like what is T3? We know it's more than just a game, but give us the full spiel.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're doing something that no one else in Web3 is really doing, as far as we're aware. Basically, we are a Web3 media studio, and we're bringing communities and Web3 IP to life through our games and animated content. But that's not all. We're building tools for users to be rewarded, communities to play, create, and they'll be rewarded for being active in our ecosystem. So for players or users, you're going to be able to play our games as your favorite Web3 characters. You'll be able to earn rewards. You'll be able to join amazing communities, and yeah, basically, there's a community that's growing that thrives on action, creativity, and connection. And for the projects or communities that we're onboarding, they get to unlock utility, so they get to be able to play games, be able to use our content tools, be able to create games nights, have community versus community battles, and it's all designed basically to amplify everyone's brand and awareness, and get eyes on what everyone's doing across Web3 through hundreds of partners that we're onboarding.
So I mean, so it's more than just a game, like I was saying at the top here. I mean, what this really is kind of like a machine for communities to produce content, spread the word, onboard people. It sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. I think most people in Web3 know that community is everything, and we're basically supersizing communities and giving them the ability to be seen, to reward their users, to give their users something to do beyond the utility. Maybe they have NFTs, maybe they already have a game, maybe this is another game that they can take part in. But yeah, the goal is to create a Web3 content machine, because content is the other big important thing, right? Is the best way to market in Web3 now is content, and you see that on social media, and this is just giving tools that people can use that they otherwise wouldn't. And yeah, we want to be the market leader in that area.
Right on. So if you are a community and you want a character, like how do they go about that? What's the ask?
Yeah, well, the ask is that we just want more active communities, right? If you've got an active community and you've got some kind of mascot or some kind of PFP collection like NFTs that we could turn into a 3D character, then definitely reach out. We want to hear from more and more. I said we've got, I think, over 70 partners already, which we've integrated and announced around 40. We've got some of the biggest brands in Web3. I think we're up to 9 Linea communities now. So if you haven't seen yet, definitely scroll through our feed and have a look at the awesome Linea communities that we've onboarded and created characters for. And we've got a big update coming from our game Polygoners, and it's going to allow us to do some really cool community leaderboards and battles and content tournaments. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, because that's going to be the first time you really start to see this product in use, and how we're able to bring together not just Linea communities, but Web3 communities on all different chains. So yeah, I think we've got 40 something integrated so far. Only 8 of those are on Linea, so that gives you an idea. And I think that's sort of our value prop to Linea as well, is to bring users from other chains into Linea through ways that are frictionless, right? Being able to either make it a free transaction, or where they've just got to switch the network on MetaMask, and literally they could mint an NFT, which gets them into our ecosystem and allows them to use all those tools that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I like that you guys are kind of like you're like a content machine, but it's completely different, right? It's like, I remember when I saw this originally, I was like, this is so fun. Like, you could put your mascot on a character. You know what I was thinking too? The first thing I thought of, because I used to live in Boston for a long time. Sorry, New York. But Boston and New York have like this huge sports rivalry. And I just think it'd be so fun to have like you guys have game nights twice a week. If you like to play off some of those like bigger rivalries, right? Like sports rivalries, obviously no one in Europe or anywhere else Asia cares about probably American baseball, but like you know, football rivalries, American football rivalries, I don't know.
That's right.
Like political rivalries, who knows?
You see them in Web3 already. There's like kind of unofficial battles where this is the perfect way to squash beef. It's like,
Yeah.
is use your character, and like, yeah, if you can put up prizes, we can put up prizes, but also we're finding ways to get everyone involved, not just the gamers. We want everyone to be able to get involved, whether it's using our wagering system, and maybe you're just betting on the team that you want to win, and that's your kind of involvement, and you watch
Mm.
the live stream. But yeah, like you said, we're creating a content machine, and slowly we're piling up IP like no other project in Web3, and we're going to be able to utilize that in ways that people aren't, right? So imagine we've got hundreds of characters, and each week we are releasing short animated clips, which like telling a story or like some kind of episode that is a surprise every week that includes all these characters, and each community gets to share that with their members, or be seen, right? Like you could have 5 different characters in one episode. Next week it's another 5. But yeah, these are the things that we're working on, and that's like the long-term goals. We are still very early in the build. Like I said, we've got a big update coming for the game, which is going to help us host tournaments and leaderboard with prizes, and combine or allow all of these communities to then start using these tools that we've been building, and just keep building them with these communities over time, to the point where they're obviously much better, and we can start reaching out to even like the Web2 audiences, and start onboarding them into the blockchain like Linea, and have them transacting and utilizing all the awesome tools that have been built elsewhere, not just what we're doing.
And I've heard rumors of a token launch. Any update?
That's
on
why
that?
you're on this. That's why we had him on the live stream today.
I've heard something. Yeah,
there's
Win
definitely
token.
a token.
Win token.
It's the most popular line in Linea at the moment. Win TGE.
I know.
Everyone's waiting for some kind of TGE. Yeah, we got a token coming, and this is a really different token to what most people are used to seeing. Like the main utility for our token early on is going to be rewarding holders and rewarding community using that token. It feeds our treasury, which allows us to reward all of the participants in our ecosystem, whether it's just from being active, whether it's from winning games in Polygon, as you might play against someone for crypto. So you'll be able to earn crypto, you'll be able to use our token in staking. So there's a lot of utility, but early on, the main thing is going to be rewarding community and holders, people who are, those our OG community members, that the diamond hands like Souza.
And I guess there's. Yeah, go ahead, Susan.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask if there's game nights. I've heard something about game nights as well. I'm the T3 rumor guy, obviously.
Yeah, no, we do probably 2 game nights organized game nights every week with all of our testers. So right now you can download Polygoners for free from Hyperplay. Also, we'll be getting the game on Epic Games launcher hopefully in the next few weeks. And so you'll be able to play. You can play the game for free. It's on PC. We'll have it ready for mobile in the coming months. So that'll open up a much bigger user base. But you can play the game with us right now, and we want to build that with the players. We want feedback from players. The testing is broad, right? Everyone right now is effectively a tester, and we listen to feedback. We ask for feedback, and we put features in that you guys are all asking for. We'll have a games night and someone might suggest something, and we take that serious. So everything that we do is community orientated, and we're building this game for the community. If everyone wants something, then we should be implementing it in the game so everyone enjoys it more, and we build this product with our community. So yeah, you can play the game right now. If you want to play multiplayer and test with us, just reach out in Discord, open a ticket, and we'll get you a code. But yeah, if you want to just play by yourself and have a look at what we're building, like I mentioned, there's a big update coming which will allow you to be involved even if you can't play multiplayer.
Awesome.
So one thing we want to talk about, because the reason we're having you on is for token. We heard you're launching a token. You're launching it on Linea, obviously. Tough time to launch a token, as we all know. Linea knows more than anyone else. Now T3 knows the same. You mentioned that you get rewarded if you hold a token. So your model's like a little different, right? You hold a token, and you get rewarded in like ETH or USDC. Like if somebody has your token, why should they have your token? What's like the benefit of it? What is it used for?
Exactly. So we are going the opposite direction of most games, or even just in general Web3. We don't have a big airdrop. We don't have extractive mechanics in the game where somebody can come in and just farm rewards, because they end up selling, and that's fine, but it's not good for the token price, right? So we're trying to avoid anything like this. The goal for us is, as you mentioned, we build our treasury in ETH or in USDC, and that's what we want to reward people with, because then if they go sell, it doesn't affect our token price. And there's a big chance that if we keep rewarding them with this kind of thing, then they actually will end up buying our token anyway. So it turns a possible negative into a positive. So that's one way. So you might be able to stake our token and earn our token. But outside of that, there's no real way of being given our token or being rewarded with our token, which would then open up the door for you to sell. We would rather give you ETH or stable coins or something that you can go and buy whatever you want with, and it doesn't affect our price. So yeah, that's a little on our we have a simple model, but it's very different to what people are used to. So I guess it takes some explaining.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like people like when what you were just saying, you're like, oh, if you stake our token, you'll earn more of the token. And I'm always like, yeah, but like what's the token? Like you're just, you know what I mean? It feels like it's like a feedback cycle onto itself. Which I feel like you're always like reaching for the end goal, but then the goal is like keeps moving.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of like you have this token, but then you get like actual, like a stable coin or ETH. That's like more tangible for me than like why do I want a token if it doesn't have value and then you just get more tokens for having the token, you know? So I like this idea. But everyone loves free money, you know?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if all you've got to do is hold something and everything's going up and you're being rewarded for it, that's the ultimate system, right? You just keep holding and being rewarded. Yeah, obviously it needs to be sustainable as well, though. So yeah, that's where all the products come in, and we just keep building what we're doing. And as we grow, the revenue streams increase and everything becomes more and more sustainable.
Awesome.
I like it.
Well, looking forward to this and much more. And yeah, appreciate all the building you've been doing and all of like the creativity and innovation that's gone into everything that you guys do. It's really fun to watch.
No, I appreciate that. And I think that's our thing, right? We're not here to compete with anyone. We're here to add value. Like, first off, we want to involve every cool project and community that we can, and give them the ability to use our platform, our game, our tools, and be involved and have something a little different to what maybe they otherwise had. And if we can bring all of that together in one place, it provides a platform for people to be seen. It's a marketing content machine, like we kind of touched on, and we just want to keep adding more active communities and amazing community members to what we're building. So definitely reach out and get involved.
Great. Well, thanks so much for taking the time again. I hope you and Cece are able to get out of Denver. It took me the first 21 years of my life to get out of Denver, but I did it, and you can too.
Yeah, I think we got another 12 days, and then we're heading to the UK and to some more events. So yeah, looking forward to that as well. Thanks for having us as well. Been awesome being here and talking with you.
Awesome.
Same.
Stay
Thanks,
safe.
Sean.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Stay safe. You have to say that if you're in Denver.
Well, now I guess is the time we show our reptilian scales. Oh wait, no, that's not it. What do we got? We got one more thing.
Well, I think we're getting a lot of questions in the chat that we should just address, right? It wasn't on our agenda. So there's two things that people are asking about. Of course, number one, when token, and number two, about the pond.fun hack. So which one do we want to talk about first? Choices?
I think the TGE.
Okay, TGE. Yesterday, you guys are going to be like, when TGE? And I'm going to say, I literally don't know.
It was yesterday. You missed it.
It was, yes, you missed it. No, fake news. Okay, our like head of the ecosystem team, Christopher, was in Discord yesterday. If you weren't there, you missed a lot. So he was there fielding questions from everyone. Obviously, bags are low. Bags are light right now. So people are very keen to get the Linea token. Hopefully not to just sell it, but maybe. So people are saying, hey, we have questions about, yes, farmers who have a certain threshold of LXP. So essentially the update is that Christopher was on yesterday to field tons of questions. We're happy to repost what those questions were, or I believe you could go in Discord and check it. Essentially what he said is he's working with the Consensus team, right? Consensus has a lot of various investors. He is confident that we're on our way. Q2 or else death to Linea is what I've heard. That's what people we know it has to be Q2 or else Eric and I will just disappear from the public eye. Okay. Completely disappear. And yeah, that's all we know. Q2, he's like, we're like 80% there. It's happening. It's in the works. A lot of moving pieces, volatile markets. You guys all know what is happening. Think about if it was your TGE, what would you do? You know? So it's going to happen, but check our Discord. Christopher was in there answering tons of questions. There's tons of posts about it from different people from the frog community. So our update is it's on the way, as we've been saying. As soon as we have tokenomics that we can share with you, we will share it the day of. It doesn't have to be a Thursday. We won't wait till Thursday. We'll just get it as soon as we get it. And we will be on here with our tokenomics team talking about it. I promise.
Yeah, so the flow I think is tokenomics first, then checker, then TGE. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So all the annoying things that we say repeatedly that people get tired of hearing us saying, this is something that we have to make sure we get right, and it's complicated and there's a lot of moving pieces. I know it gets old to hear that over and over again, but we say them over and over again because they're true. So and it doesn't really help us to make something else up. So yeah, it is what it is. And trust me, the frustration is on both sides of the of the fence. So everyone does want the same thing here, and just moving forward to make sure it's done right. So
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, please go in the Discord and check. The second thing people are asking about is Pond.fun. So Pond.fun, as you probably saw, it was last week or the week before, there was an internal player from someone from Pond who actually ran away with a bunch of ETH. So what's happening in the background, if you guys haven't seen the tweets, please follow Pond.fun, follow Shama, which is Not Enough ETH. He's the leader of Pond.fun, the leader of eFrogs, Croak. We've had him on before. Essentially, he's paying half of what was taken of his own personal savings to pay back and revamp the team. So I know someone mentioned Linpus. Linpus has gotten a fair amount of that ETH. There's bunnies, there's beavers, all of these communities. Shama is working with them to, I think 32 ETH is about half of what was stolen. So he's paying his own money out of his own personal piggy bank to pay all these teams back and do his best to get restarted. So we're very supportive of that. I think it's the right thing to do. It's an expensive thing to do, but we can post some links later after if it's helpful, if you guys want updates on that. But follow Shama, follow Pond.fun.
Yeah, by the way, there's other folks in our ecosystem. I off the top of my head, I know Nile has been really active and just helping figure out the best way forward and kind of doing crisis management, and so all the other communities have as well have been really supportive. So that's been really cool to see, and yeah, would love to see more of that, because this is crypto. This might not be the last time something like this happens, but we can learn from it and try to make sure it happens as rarely as possible, and that we can address it in the best way possible next time.
Yeah. And Pond.fun is getting a reboot. So there's a new team behind it. I believe it's Nile, Zeroland. I think there's another player in there. They're essentially recruiting the top tier, most seasoned builders with the best level of security to rebuild and launch a new Pond.fun. I don't know if it's going to be called the same thing or something different, but basically they're bringing in a whole new system to make sure that like none of this happens again, and it's like crazy secure. So lessons learned, doing, everyone's learning, and doing what they can to repay people who lost money and help teams out. So we're here to help, right? We want to be helpful.
It's been a
Yeah.
long week. It's been a long week.
It's
but,
been a weird fucking week, guys.
Yeah, a long March actually.
Yeah.
We're still here.
So
We're still bullish, and yeah, I think I will not be here next week. I think Cam is going to be here, right?
we might not have a show next week. TBD.
Okay.
TBD if we do. We might just cancel next week. Because I know that weekly is kind of a lot. So let us know in the chat. Is weekly too much? We were thinking about doing it once every 2 weeks. So just let us know what you think. But yeah, we're all gonna be okay. We're all gonna make it. Wag me.
Indeed. Cool. Well, this has been fun, Susie. Like
Yes.
appreciate all the energy. Appreciate all our guests' energy. Like
Yes.
much more bullish than I would have expected today. So
Same.
always good to see.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care until 2 weeks from now, and stay bullish, my friends.
Peace.